Hey YouTube, it's Patrick here. In today's video I'm going to be doing is the federal government secretly trying to ban Bitcoin here in the United States? And there's a lot of articles that I have been checking out and noticing that make me come up to this conclusion. And the first one is the bank stops working with Bitcoin exchange can't be X due to regulatory uncertainty. And this takes away the cash option, the cash withdrawal from Can't BX, the ACH direct deposit to and from your account. And as we know, all banks basically work with the United States government. So the government basically can go to a bank and say, hey, we won't give you money for loans if you keep working with Bitcoin. And that's how the U.S. government can put pressure on. As they quoted recent negative Bitcoin news, which there wasn't any Bitcoin news when this article came out. And I don't know if they knew this Apple news before the general public did, but this is the second thing that has really attacked Bitcoin lately. Is that Apple removes the blockchain wallet from their app store, and they already did this to Coinbase and CoinJar. So Apple is very, very anti-Bitcoin. You can't even trade it on their phone, even though it's made for that kind of technology. And finally, the third thing that really, really has put the hurting on Bitcoin right now is that not only Mt. Gox will stop doing cash withdrawals, but they will stop doing Bitcoin withdrawals as well. So basically, freezing everyone's assets, including mine. I think I have about $400 in Mt. Gox right now, freezing everybody's assets. And so is this, from the government as well? Because if you look at this article now, where it's this is Mt. Gox dying, you look here, and it talks about the withdrawal freeze from cash. And basically, it says here the Department of Homeland Security and Secret Service seized 3 accounts linked to Gox containing more than $5 million. So basically, the U.S. government has been in contact with these Mt. Gox, the people that run it, and basically right after that, when they did that, then Mt. Gox went ahead and announced that they will not be doing any cash withdrawals. So, once again, this pressure from the government to stop doing it's really putting the hurting on the Bitcoin price. And here's the announcement that they will no longer be doing Bitcoin withdrawals. So is this pressure from the Fed as well? Is there some kind of ongoing investigation on Mt. Gox that has, halted all their business basically? And it is the biggest Bitcoin exchange, so of course it's going to hurt the Bitcoin market. But I'll be going back into Apple here, and do they really have ties with the government? And everybody knows, of course, they do. Here they are, the government coming to their defense, saying they're not against any antitrust laws by the information that they've been provided. But we all know that the Apple company has helped the U.S. government in spying on the American people. And so here's a little article about it here. Facebook, Google, and Apple giving more of your data directly to the NSA. So, you know, do they? They have huge lobbyists. They're obviously, directly involved with the government. So, is it possible that the government just said, "Hey, why don't you take that off there to help hurt this?" And also, are they, selling off their ones that they seek from the Silk Road? But and then here's another one. Another people that do a lot of money, a lot of cash transfers is PayPal, eBay. I don't know how many lobbyists eBay has, um, or as far as PayPal goes, but they view uh, Bitcoin as direct competition. So I don't know if they're all gaining up, these companies and everything gaining up on Bitcoin to try to discredit it, to try to go ahead and um, put something else in there. As you can see, this all this news has resulted in almost a 40% price drop. We've rallied back now. Um, but also, local governments are making pushes against Bitcoin as well. Not only at the federal level, but in this case, here in Florida, this 2 men are being charged with money laundering as well as unlicensed money transfers, all this kind of stuff. And basically, they don't want you to transfer anything without them getting their cut as far as tax money goes. And then we can see here is Russia bans Bitcoin as well. We already seen what happened in China, although I've heard China has allowed people to put money back into the exchanges. So I don't know. That really hasn't. It's not as popular as it was. So if all these governments, once again, Russia and China coming clear out and saying it in our face, we kind of know how our government works, and they like to say one thing and say, "Oh yeah, we're not anti-Bitcoin," but do another, and halting all these exchanges from being established businesses. So I don't think this could happen. Let's go over some government lies. Weapons of mass destruction, of course. Obamacare, he says we can keep our original health insurance plans, even though that was a lie. Lying about spying on us for years. Snowden recently came out and proved that. This lady in this interview saying she didn't want to take away our Second Amendment, but then at every turn she tries to pass some kind of legislation that takes away our Second Amendment. We got the lies about genetically modified foods and how good they are for you. So basically, yeah, the big banksters, the Federal Reserve doesn't want any competition. They want to limit you. I also forgot to mention that PayPal has recently banned some accounts for using Bitcoin, and that's another way you can get cash out of your Bitcoin. With Mt. Gox closing, the cash withdrawals can't be X, and eBay without being able to sell it, it's pretty much essentially banned at this point. You can buy it, but you can't really sell it for cash. So once again, the big banksters, they don't like any competition. So tell me what you think. Tell me if you think this is a start of the government cracking down on Bitcoin and trying to get rid of it. But that's all I have for you right now. So until next time, I'll see you on YouTube. Bye.